Got my speedo drive, and it looks like I should push this in and those squeeze apart, and then I can pull the cable out. But it's not working, man. I don't know. Doesn't seem like I can pull the clip out either.
But it means like an enjoyable.
I probably could, but I might destroy it.
Enjoyable in quotes, because
maybe I should go look at the transmission in the back of the van and see what it looks like on there.
Tough roll. Maybe what you enjoy, but that's not fun.
Maybe it has a clip on it, and it doesn't matter if I wreck this clip. I'll be right back. Could have swore I had you recording, but I forgot to hit the button. That happens. I got I don't know what you can see versus I'm on the wrong side of you, but I got all my shift linkage off, and
he starts to remember all this stuff.
Yeah, it's probably time to pull the starter, get the flex plate bolts, and then get the rest of these bell housing bolts. I'll move you around to the other side of me for this one.
Sometimes feel they're like something we're just drawn to. Right?
Yeah.
It's just something we're meant to do now. Yeah, Malcolm Duck. You spend 10,000 hours doing something and you become an expert. My question is more 10,000 hours climbing rocks. I probably spent 10,000 hours programming when I was young. Sure. It was just something I was naturally drawn to. I was good at, right? And I feel like these
let's come in from the other side.
Oh
yeah, there it is.
And I think the most interesting people that I've ever met have gone through. It's
going to be long enough.
Rarely do I find interesting people that have stress.
You know, it's a good question.
The amount of energy that you need to everybody didn't use that energy.
I'm back, and I got a magnetic tray for my bolts so I don't lose them in the gravel.
I did have enough energy. Every time I tried to do that, I'd end up back in the so without drugs, you know, more efficient. And I spent time with people who did something else. My health was deteriorated again. And so eventually I got the message that for the next couple of years, I just focused on writing. I feel like it was part of my life plan. If you had asked me in high school, what are you going to do for your life? I would have said,
why do I have coolant coming out? No, there.
Programmer.
Oh, it was inside of that tube.
My company
That's not so bad. It was just inside of the...
Become a writer in my 20s. When this happened, I was already
just going to pull this all the way off.
Are we in a simulation?
I need a wrench for those. What size are we thinking?
Right.
If we're in a simulation or not.
9/16 or 5/8 probably.
Positive experience.
Where are my wrenches? Up in the van, I think. This thing's going to stink when I keep using this exhaust with my greasy hands and move around.
And that seems like the right way to play the game.
Yeah. Not only does it seem like the right way, I think that is part of the purpose, right? So get back to the idea of my illusion. So it's like we are agreeing to forget, right? The Greeks talk about the river of forgetfulness. That's one of the 5 rivers. You know, when you incarnate, Plato talked about this. You know, you cross the river, everything outside of this physical world. And in the Chinese traditions, you have the same thing. You have May Code.
Oh, I forgot. Ford's a pain in the ass.
So, getting back to this idea of
I gotta take the... I thought that metal plate would come off like a Chevy. But nope. I gotta do the torque converter bolts to this little S. Well, I'd probably do them to the starter hole. Maybe this little S hole. I should look before I pull this off, but I'm pulling it off anyway. Oh, I just got dirt in my mouth.
Where they existed before they were formed. These are sometimes called pre-birth memories now. And they talk about this time when they were choosing what kind of a life they were going to have. And they would see, honestly, that this is how you're going to recognize them the first time you have
man, that's oily.
In childhood or
everything's so greasy under here. You're looking up. Maybe you saw what I was doing.
They had these little clues for how how they would recognize.
Cleaned my glasses when I went in and had a coffee, and I got like 12 spots on them already. This is terrible laying underneath something this dirty. I'm not complaining. Yeah, I'm not complaining. This is the quest for the day, but it's definitely it's a lot different than working on a hoist where you can kind of stand to the side and let the dirt fall in front of you. That's for sure. And again, I'm glad I don't have to. I couldn't afford to pay someone else to do this. Well, yeah, I wouldn't be driving a 37-year-old van if I had to pay someone else to fix it. I'd have to have something newer with a payment, and I much prefer this. Plus, I think it's cool. I like this old vehicle. I like the old big block, even if it gets terrible gas mileage. I'm distracted by too much stuff. But either way, I should get back to it, get these torque converter bolts out now. Or I guess it's nuts, it's a Ford.
Harmonious. I know if I feel like I'm wasting time or I'm doing nothing, I have this like feeling.
I might want to get help to do this because I can't see and do this.
You know, it's
I'll see how easy the crank pulley is to get to and maybe get Nancy out here.
Work, and I get things done. At the end, I'm like, ooh, I did it.
I'm gonna have to go get my biggest 3/8" drive doesn't fit that nut, so I gotta go grab some 1/2" stuff. I'm gonna shut you off for a minute so Nancy doesn't have to watch nothing. I'll be back.
Are you going to join him? Oh, you guys are so cute.
It's a 24mm, not that that matters. I got a 24mm socket. What sucks is in 1982, the auto manufacturers decided that anything we design after now is going to be metric, because in the 80s everything was supposed to go to metric. Well, it's 2024, and the only thing that ever went metric is a fucking automotive system. And I like metric, and being a mechanic for 20 years, 22 years, I've got a lot of use of the metric system through that, but because this vehicle is half the stuff designed before 82 and half the stuff after 82, half the bolts are metric and half are standard, and that's such a pain in the ass to work on something that way. If they would have just stayed with standard, like the rest of the United States did, I wouldn't have to deal with this. That's just my rant for today.
I thought maybe I'd take you away from Andy for a minute or two and take you out to the garden and show you how nice everything's looking. It's definitely a surprise. Oh, I should take these off. It's definitely a surprise for me. Well, it's wet over here. We got a bunch of rain this morning, but it's definitely a surprise for me to be gardening here. It's kind of crazy, honestly. It's I'm not. Oh, that's the problem. I'm not used to things growing so well quite so early. Here, let me show you this. I have got, this is a pumpkin. These are cucumbers. That one, I think that might be a cucumber too. We had this, I planted a whole bunch of cucumbers in here, and then it got dug up that night. And I just assumed all the cucumbers were gone, so Andy planted some pumpkins, and actually I think that might be a pumpkin. But I think these are definitely cucumbers, because that's in the same locations I had put cucumbers. I'm not used to having tomatoes on my plants in the middle of May, which I think is really cool. But ooh, oh ha! How did I notice that? One of my nasturtiums bloomed. Ha! Lovely. Oh hi, Silver. How are you? Did you come to check out the garden too? And I've got super tall marigolds in here, and I've got chamomile hiding in the back. And here, balsam and calendula, runner beans, and bok choy, which is feeding somebody. Spinach that I should probably cut and bring inside. More nasturtiums, chard, a little thyme basil or Thai basil. We got a lot of rain today. These are Sun Gold sugar cherry tomatoes. And these are pink brandywines. That is the only cherry tomato I have because Andy is the only person who eats them and he only eats them off the vine. I think raw tomatoes are kind of gross. I like them in salsa and stuff and like on a BLT, but by themselves, no, not at all. Over here we have squash. We have delicata squash and pink brandywine tomatoes and carrots. I've got, ooh, I'm hitting sun in my stuff. I've got purple, cosmic purple carrots and then some short little tiny round Parisian carrots. Hey, sir.
Okay, so the breaker bar's on it right now. You'll probably want to like sit here. There's a nut. You'll probably want to turn it clockwise because you want to tighten the nut. Sometimes the nuts come loose if you try to spin the engine counterclockwise. Okay. So
That's what I remember too.
it smells good.
Basil in my hand.
You remember?
And so just have to, just like that, turn it. But it is a breaker bar, so then you got to take this back off and set it back on there. And turn it, and it's kind of a pain. But
Or like
it's
the Reverend Dave Ram, like, I don't know,
probably better than what I get.
Clockwise?
Clockwise, like tightening.
many years
Yeah,
ago,
clockwise.
Okay.
I think, and they remember.
Oh,
reading.
can you go
So,
counterclockwise
those events,
just a little bit?
but
Keep going.
the ones that I find really interesting.
Or is it loosening the bolt?
I don't know what it's doing. It's not moving now.
Scripture.
Go counterclockwise a little more.
People think the scripture pretty good. They're pretty
Is
good.
it going at all? Because it's not on this end. If it is, then we just got to go. Okay. There, now this one's lined up. Like
You remember there was
precision. Try to get
It turns
this.
out there isn't. Something with a wolf shall lie with a lamb or something like that.
Oh yeah, this was interesting too. This Bible one has changed. Can you give me the ratchet that's on the table?
I started to wonder,
Okay, that's fine.
does this happen in other scriptures? You know?
Ratchet on the table?
Bible?
Oh, here we are.
This is going on? And so I started looking around at the Quran, because they memorized the Quran word for word. You know, like the first thing don't
Find a
exist.
Snap-on guy one of these days. That's like a $130 ratchet. It should be a working tool.
And so the reason that they never still memorize something like orthodoxy, and okay, you might think there's a bunch of crazy tourists who's just doing it for fun, but it's really weird. So there's actually a picture that's from the London unveiling.
Take my keys, make a copy when you can. I clean the closet, made some room on the bedstand, and lately I've been all about, all lately.
I got one of the 4 out. I got 3 more to go now. Okay, now I need you to turn it engine clockwise. You'll turn it 90 degrees.
The way you remember it, which is without the tail, is the current three possibilities. Right? So imagine each of these is a different possibility. You got like 50, 100. Now you basically have this huge graph, right? You just have possibilities.
I got my hand in the hole. I'll know when the nut comes by the hole.
It's a feedered memory.
Right, so even though you can Google,
Well, now we're
I
on
was
this. I had my
wrong
finger quite
about
ways below.
Mandela, find it in your memory.
Okay, that might work.
No.
Hold on, stop.
But
Yeah,
sugar
we're not there yet.
was
Keep going.
actually using check.
Okay, up just a little bit more. Okay, there, that's perfect.
Okay, that was the real movie that we knew. Right? You get all, Shazam, right? And yet all these people remember that.
They were in the
That dog wants to get run over. You're not very smart.
It did.
3 out, 1 to go.
Shot a scene. You just run
Ready for
something
91
like
degrees.
that. And when you do, you may be remembering a previous
You
run.
can tell the white one's been hit multiple times.
Yeah, it's got quite a bad hip.
There might have been a run.
Hips.
there,
Bad
let's
hips.
say, you know, when you die, right? And maybe you remember previous runs. But it brings up the possibility. In fact, you may have seen the movie
There.
The Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon and
No.
so that was also based on a Philip K. Dick. So Philip K. Dick keeps ping pong.
Just the first one was the rest one easy. Thank you. I'm done with your help.
Okay.
So
You see why I didn't want to
Down
climb?
now?
Yeah. You see why I didn't want to climb in and out though?
Yeah, I can
I
see
mean,
why
it's-
you would want to do that.
you know, there are these guys who are kind of there.
I'm going inside now.
Okay.
They kind of look like angels in the movie, but they had like control.
I lied. Can you turn it some more?
What was going on, and things were off track, and it was like trying to get them
Well,
back.
hold on. Never
The
mind.
movie was,
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, but don't worry about it.
So Tessa, his wife told me she came from him. He went in the bathroom and he tried to like close the door. He was like cleaning out the back.
Thank you. There's just 4 of them. It felt tighter than I thought it would be.
But anyway, what that brings us is right back to that complicated physics experiment that I was telling you about. Which is the delayed choice. Remember I said there was a quasar, and we went to a billion light years, a million light years away. The choice experiment is coming up.
Thank you.
Let me offer you guys a different perspective. In Soulmate, if you think of it as a video game, it's the moment idea. You put on the headset and you forget.
I got 2 bolts left holding me in. Oh, and a cross member just kind of sitting in place, but there's no bolts on the cross member anymore, so.
You start to see these states
Jack up the
where
transmission,
they realize that
get the
something
cross
about the
member
world
out,
isn't quite
pull the last 2 bolts, and then
whether it's the switches,
drop the transmission.
or external.
Get all my tools out from underneath here because the 2 bolts I'll get to from the top.
So bizarre
And,
real, so much more real
yeah.
than just
I don't need any of this in the way. I don't think I need this board. I think I need that board underneath here anyway.
It seems more real. And you get not just a sense that all things are connected, but that you see it. You see.
And now it's gonna rain. Now it's really like doing rally. I think it rained on us more transmissions than not.
But then the problem is
either way,
how
I gotta
much
go
of that description is
wash up and then
based
move that board.
on your
You're the squeaker. Oh, there you are. Oh, you're the babies. I see. The annoying squeal is the babies. The squeaky wagon wheel is the baby. Oh, Mama, I am so sorry you have to listen to that all the time.
Hold that on there. Cross member out. Time to get the new one over here. Yeah, this will be fun. I'll have to get Nancy's help again. At least that one's out. Then they got a mount on the back of this one that looks the same, so I'll probably just leave that on there and yeah, go from there. We need to set this on the ground. I'll let you take the tail shaft. That's the lighter side.
Taking it?
Yeah, I'd pick it up by the tail shaft, not by the so you don't have to bend.
It's actually kind of light.
Yeah, you definitely have the light side.
Might want to watch that arm too. That's they seem to be the same, except for a couple of sensor issues. What's weird is the one on the transmission, the neutral safety switch, has got a female plug, or a male, depending upon if you're calling the plugs or the plastic part. And this one's, yeah, exact opposite. I could plug that switch into that switch, but I can't plug that switch. I can't plug this switch into the vehicle because it has that. I don't quite get it. It doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm surprised Ford would reverse their connector so that end that's on the switch is now the end on the engine, and the end on the engine harness or whatever is now the end on the switch. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I don't really, that shift arm is bent, so I should probably put this shift arm on it, and that's behind the neutral safety switch, so it really probably doesn't make a bit of difference. It's just that I need to swap that neutral safety switch over. I'm guessing my speedometer cable is broken off inside of here. That's why that didn't have anything hanging out the end. Yep, there it is, twisted off, stuck inside of there. There's why my speedometer doesn't work. Move it up over here where it might focus on it. It's not going to focus there either. Just a square shaft. It's supposed to spin and then spin up there, but this is what happens when, sometimes it happens when there's too much resistance inside the tube. Usually it happens if someone kinks the tube by not putting it back where it's supposed to be. That's how I wrecked the one on my 69 pickup truck back when I was like 19. I rerouted it and I put too big of a kink in it when I rerouted it. It wasn't on the truck when I bought the truck. I installed it and then it lasted about a week and broke, and then I realized I had it routed wrong. That's why it broke and I had to put another one on. But yeah, live and learn. Plus I was young. But yeah, so I'll leave the vehicle speed sensor that's in there, because that plug-in's the same. But I'm going to have to switch neutral safety switches. And I think it's time for some music.
enough wire. I don't know why junkyards do that. Junkyards like to cut connectors off like that, but if they cut it off 3-4 inches down lower, I could reuse this nice connector that's wonderful. Instead, I'm using this connector with both tabs broken off of it because I can't, there ain't enough wire to splice to there. It was 1989. I shouldn't sing. Oh, that wasn't even tight. Forgot to shut you off. Well, I got that. Yeah, I got that in there. So yeah, now I just got to switch over the neutral safety switch, and I will say I spent the last 2 nights. Let's move that screen so I know what's going on. I spent the last 2 nights cleaning out there, getting all my tools organized, and every tool I've needed, I've just walked in there, grabbed the tool, came back out. Sucks that I got to walk 50 feet, 60 feet to it, but man, at least I'm not digging through just a mess of tools everywhere. I ordered the transmission, and then I had to wait a couple days, so glad I took care of those couple days and got my tools cleaned up. Kind of need to though. I got some stuff coming up in another week that I needed them for too. So, but I gotta get back to work. Just happy with myself for cleaning. That's adjustable, but I just lined up the marks from where it came off. 99% of the time that works. Everything's swapped, it's ready to go in. I gotta pull the 2 lines off this side. Yeah. Forgot to look at this side. Yeah, I gotta pull these 2 cut off lines off of this new one. But yeah, it's about ready to go in, and I'm ready to have dinner and then come out here and finish this. Not looking forward to putting this thing on the tranny jack. That's going to be my hardest step going forward. But I think I'll get her figured out. I got to remember to turn the crankshaft so that the drain is lined up with the right hole in the flex plate too. Don't let me forget.